blessed and positive day. I want to remind you guys that there is power in the tongue. The word says there is life or death in your tongue. What you speak shall come to pass, because most of the time it's what you think that's causing you to speak the very words that you are saying out of your mouth. And sometimes you don't even realize you're speaking against your situation. We have to learn to talk more positive about our life, about ourselves. We have to speak more life over our situation. You have the authority to command your situation to change. That's how much power you have in your mouth. What you speak shall be. So if you're speaking negative, if you're complaining a lot, it's going to affect your life. But that's why you have to have faith no matter what situation you are in. You have to learn to have faith and speak against those very things that are causing you frustration, causing you depression, causing you to be upset and frustrated. Speak over that thing. If you just take the time and start speaking words over your situation, start speaking life over your situation, it's going to change, and it's going to do something in here, because it's so much power in what you say. That's why some of my darkest, lowest moments, I was able to get through because I used the word, but I also spoke over my situation. And God loves it when you believe that He will do the very impossible thing in your life. You have to speak against what you see, because sometimes what you see is not the whole truth of where you're going. Sometimes what you see is just temporary. All the time, what you see is just temporary. It's not a forever thing. It's not something that is going to last. That's why you have to learn to speak over your situation and say, you know what, I am going to come out. You know what, things are going to change. You know what, things are getting better. You have to speak it. Because if you're speaking, I'm never going to come out of this. I'm never going to get delivered. I'm never going to come out of poverty. If you keep speaking that, you're going to stay in it. But you have to speak against your flesh. Speak against your flesh. There were many instances in the Bible where God healed people and He delivered people. It was because what they believed. What you believe, what you say is very important. That's why in the word it says, when you speak, speak to bring people up. Don't speak anything that's going to defile people or bring them down, because it's power. That's why they did a study a long time ago. I don't know, I think it was a fruit. Yeah, I think it was an apple. And one of them spoke so bad to one of the apples, and the other one they talked good to. They uplifted the apple. And then after a certain amount of weeks, they looked at it and realized that the one that they spoke bad to, it got spoiled and it ended up getting older faster. And the one that they spoke life to, it lasted longer. It might have been a flower, but it was something that they spoke life into, and it lived longer. It was fresher. The thing that they spoke bad to, it disintegrated. It started to mold. And you don't realize that that's what it's doing on the inside. You're speaking against your situation. So learn to control what you're saying. Learn to control what you are thinking and what you believe about your situation. If you know that God is going to pull you out, if you know that this situation that you're in is only temporary, then why are you speaking against it? Speak life into yourself. Speak life over your situation. Because there's power in what you say. Declare that things will change. Declare that things will get better. Declare that it shall come to pass, your promised land. Declare that your breakthrough is almost here. decree and declare it. Because God said you have the power. You have the authority to step on serpent's neck. You don't have to stay in that mindset that you've been in. You don't have to stay in that place that you've been in year after year. It's time to shift your focus, shift your mindset, and shift what you say to yourself, what you say to others about your situation, and what you are speaking in to your spirit. Speak life and not death. All right, chosen champs, I hope you have a blessed and positive day. Like, comment, and share. Remind yourself to speak life. Speak better. Believe in the things that you don't see. I know you don't see that you're coming out. I know you don't see that things are getting better, but speak it. It shall come to pass. All right, y'all.